Eagles on Sunday night.
Now for the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden studios. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. The second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we got a great one in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Eagles of Orlando. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest. You'll take the week off. Get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Fights for one at the 20. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Here's Richardson to throw. Touchdown! Chris Watkins from 6 yards away. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead 7-0. That drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round of the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And what may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
fourth down. The punt team is on as this is sent away. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Richardson looking to throw this. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Second down and 4. Richardson going to change the play here. To throw is Richardson. On play action. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. And Richardson back to throw it. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8. And it's going to lead him to 4th down. Richardson going on 4th down. That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and 1. Richardson looking to throw. Again, that's Watkins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Now Richardson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air with Richardson. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. That's now 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 51 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Back to throw, Watson. Throw caught there by Willis. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Watson now to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Perez. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that line?
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 11 yards out. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Off play action, Richardson. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. And Richardson going to move him around. Here's Richardson off the play fake. Going deep here for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And touchdown. Chris Watkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And the Giants ready to come out now. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. To throw is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Willis. It'll go down as a gain of 6. Second down. Now Watson. This one is Slayton over the middle. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Watson looks to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Multiple.
Offensive line. And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because...
And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Surveyed on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Here's Ethan Evans now. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. And out now come the Eagles. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. And they've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Richardson off the play fake. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Here's Watkins, saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Eagles continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Perez. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder that when... Around Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Perez. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on second is Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of the game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch, either covering with the linebacker, the safety, he can win every battle. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
And Gay knocks this one through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. I talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles' offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Going deep here for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Chris Watkins on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And rallies on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Over the middle, it's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On first down, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To the air yet again, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down to that. First and goal. Gay's kick is good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. A final shot before the half. Richardson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. So we've come upon halftime here in this Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Richardson to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Watkins. 60 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Watson on first down. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Amari Barno able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll set up to throw. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants get a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
18 Rattlers, Buffalo 18. Dragon 16. Shot, fellas! Street.
From the shotgun, Richardson. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 43 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Again, that's Watkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 34. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Dean. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown Brown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Now 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Watson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Oh, some strong running.
Offensive. The thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. If you're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship. And he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon.
Welcome back live to Orlando. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Watson now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Willis. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you put a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they're throwing 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. That's sort of a prime example, is it not, of selling out defensively on 4th and short?
It certainly is, because what you're doing defensively is saying you're going to stop them right there at the line of scrimmage or make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Instead, they get just enough of a hole chopped, and you're thin on the 2nd and 3rd levels. Then you become a chaser instead of a tackler.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Here's Watson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Throwing again, it's Richardson on second down.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On third down, here's Richardson. That is caught. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Here's Watkins. 87 yards. And the Eagles are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
This one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Touchdown! Great effort there. 30 yards.
And the Eagles add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Watson. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The offense on 3rd down today. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to be incomplete.
The Cubs, we just saw him break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds his man complete. It's Casey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Watkins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
That is incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
He's going to let it go again. And got his man complete. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Now Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Now a 2nd and 2.
From the 50, it's Watson.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. But at this point, down big, you have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.
The season will continue at least 1 more week. Thanks for watching.